Good morning, children. Let us continue with our lesson, Helen Keeler, Part 2. In the last video, we saw how Anne Sullivan started transformation of Helen from a spoilt girl to a disciplined and keen learner. She opened the gates of communication for her. Let us read on. Immediately, Helen bent down and tapped the ground. Anne felt earth on her hand. By the night that day, she had learned 30 new words. Helen wanted to speak and communicate like others. She learned to speak when she was 10 by feeling her teacher's mouth when she talked. Helen later learned to read books in Braille. People often found it hard to understand her, but she never gave up trying. Helen learned to read many languages: French, German, Greek, and Latin in Braille. When she was 20, she entered Radcliffe College, the women's branch of Harvard University. She graduated at the age of 24 and became the first deaf-blind person to earn a bachelor's degree in arts. She was determined to stay connected with people and the world around her. So with great effort, she learned to speak. Now let's understand what we read. When Helen understood the meaning of water, she learned 30 new words by the end of the day. She learned to speak by feeling her teacher's mouth. Helen learned to read books in Braille. Children, do you know what's Braille? It is a system of printing for blind people in which each letter is represented by a pattern of raised dots that can be read by touching it with fingers. She learned to read books in 4 languages in Braille. At the age of 24, she became the first blind person to get a bachelor's degree in arts from Harvard University. Here we see that Helen was a strong-willed person who never gave up. Now, let's read further. She became so good that she started giving lectures and speeches about her life. With the help of Sullivan, she wrote her first book, The Story of My Life. It covered her transformation from childhood to a 21-year-old college student. Her first book was translated into 50 languages. She became a renowned author and speaker. She traveled to 25 countries spreading awareness and talking about deaf people's problems. Keeler wanted to support other people suffering from blindness. In the year 1915, she co-founded the Helen Keeler International Organization, dedicated to fight causes of blindness and poor health. The organization is still active in 22 countries around the world. Helen also inspired many works of art, including 2 Oscar-winning movies, and received many honors for her accomplishments, such as the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest honor that an American civilian can receive. She died in her sleep in 1968. Helen did not let her disabilities stop her from learning and helping others. Her Her life is an example of how much difference we can make with our determination and hard work. Now, let's understand what we read. With Sullivan's support, Helen wrote her first book, The Story of My Life. It was a great success and was translated into 50 languages. With great difficulty, Helen learned to deliver speeches to spread awareness about the problems faced by the deaf and blind. She co-founded Helen Keeler International Organization and worked tirelessly encouraging the American society to come forward to raise funds to help fight blindness and poor health. Soon, Helen became a celebrity. Oscar-winning films were made on her life story. In recognition of her efforts, Helen was honored with the highest American civilian award, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. She died in the year 1968. But her life story will inspire us for generations to come. Now, let's look at the two highlighted words. The first word, honor. It means an award. Now let's make a sentence on it. Havaldar Abdul Hamid was honored with Paramveer Chakra for sacrificing his life for the nation in 1965 war against Pakistan. The second word is civilian. It means a person not in armed forces or police. The sentence could be, Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award in India. Children, did you understand what changed Helen's life? It was education. The legacy of Helen Keeler is her belief in education. From her life story, we learn that Helen, in spite of being deprived of two major sense organs, sight and hearing, did not give up and overcame all adversities and led a purposeful life. This real life story is as much of Helen Keeler as that of Anne Sullivan. Miss Sullivan remained her mentor and companion at all times. She led Helen from darkness to light. Helen was grateful to her teacher all her life. They shared a beautiful teacher-pupil relationship. With this, we come to the end of the lesson. Hope you have understood the life story of Helen Keeler. Your assignment: read the lesson, learn the spellings of difficult words, and search on the net about Helen Keeler. Thank you and have a good day.